today you should have received an email from AWS Academy, and it would look probably like this. Okay, and you will get a link where you can actually click, and that's where you can go to the registration or how you can accept the invitation to join the course. Alright, so we have to accept the enrollment invitation. So looking at this, you will need to create an account if you have not, but in my case I have a demo account that I've registered earlier, and by logging in you should be able to accept the invitation to the lab. So once you are in, you will see you have modules and also discussion, grades, and so on. Important is to look at the content here. And this is the Learner Lab that we have provided to you for the next almost 6 months, right, where you can use the $50 credit to learn about AWS. So apart from what your course may be require you to do, feel free to use the credit responsibly and also use it well. So do check out things like this, the compliance, right, the knowledge check. All these are helpful for you to know better. You can also look at the student guide. It will give you some idea what you can do here and so on. So all we want you to do is come to the Launch AWS Academy Learner, and from here you see you enter into the virtual lab console. And the first time when you launch this, it will take a bit longer, but the subsequent times should be faster. So what you see here is a console and also all the information you can learn about the Learner's Lab. And for the time being, for your first very lab, what you need to do is to click Start Lab and wait for this red button to turn green. And you can see currently the status is terminated, but once it has started, it should be ready or started. So this process will take a little bit longer for your first run. You can see here the status has changed to yellow, and we'll wait for it to turn green. Meantime, what I want to tell you is you might want to look at the service usage and other restriction, because this is important information that you can see what services are you allowed to use. And I would like to remind all students that this service is a very generous offer from the provider, and therefore use this service responsibly. Do not use anything beyond the purpose of education. And you can see there are tons of services for you to try and also to experience and learn, and I hope that gives you the advantage in learning up-to-date industry skills that will give you also better insights about what cloud computing is changing and helping us in our daily job. So you can see EC2 is here, the block store is here, and also other things such as the elastic file system, elastic map reduce, and even things like Fargate, the IAM, something pretty important, and also other things like IoT and stuff, Lambda. They are really good things that will help you to learn, and I hope with this you have the opportunity to also experience the usage of AWS through this semester. So you can see the credits given to you is about $50, and it's an amount that is more than enough for a semester's casual learning. And the limits and so on, as I said, read through the service usage and keep the region restricted. And at any time you can click on AWS details. You see some of the information that is related to the usage. Of course, for the more advanced student, you may even want to look at the SSH key, right, that you can use, and SSH shell to access your services. But for our classes, most of the time we'll be using the web-based console in order to help you to get to use these services. So you can look at the README as I showed earlier. And while waiting, remember, whenever you do your tests, or learning, you click Start Lab to get it ready, then you can access it. But there are also times when you are done, remember to click End Lab so that the counter of all the services you have started will be paused, that you won't be paying the extra credits while you're not using it. Of course, there are this mechanism under this lab environment where if you do not use the service for some time, then it will also automatically shut down. But there will still be this time that is doing nothing that will still cost you a little bit of credits. And I think it'd be better if you click End Lab just to inform the platform that you're no longer using it. And in this case, you help to save some energy and also the usage. So you can see at this point, the environment is ready. It has turned green. And what you need to do, you click on this AWS button, the green one, and you can see you are brought to the console. And this console is exactly the same thing you will get if you go for a paid account. But under the environment, you can see this is the account that you have for learning. And to see the services, you can actually click here. And you can see these are services you can explore. So for this quick start video, I hope you have some understanding how you can begin your journey. And I look forward to welcome you to the next video that I'll produce. Thank you.